Hello everybody, this is Oak Tree Tarot here and welcome to my pick a card video. Now today what we're looking at is what kind of partner do I need? So what sort of person should you be looking for if you want a long-term, happy, fulfilling, satisfying relationship? Now please remember that this is a general reading aimed at a lot of people rather than you as an individual. So there's going to be elements within these readings that don't exactly match your situation and the way that you are as a person. That's fine. Just take what you can from it and then abandon the rest if it really doesn't suit you. If you don't find any of it matches how you feel, it doesn't resonate with you at all, that's also fine. Just maybe leave this video and move on to another one that you do feel really drawn to. If you do want an individual personalised reading, then please contact me at the email address I've put in the description box and we can discuss and arrange that. That's absolutely fine. Otherwise, this reading is for fun really and entertainment, and it's not to be taken too seriously. And if you hear something that really doesn't resonate with you, ponder on that just as much as the parts that do fit in with you, because sometimes hearing something that people think, oh, I think this would suit you, you really find out that that's what you don't want, and that can be just as informative as hearing something that's really sounds very good. So what I want you to do is to take 3 deep breaths, close your eyes and feel which set of cards that you're drawn to. So there was deck 1, 2 and 3. Oh, now I must mention before we get started that this readings do feature the tarot deck, this sexual magic tarot deck. So if you are too young to look at these cards, then please switch off and go to another video. Or if you don't find those cards suitable, then thank you for listening, and then please feel free to move on to a different video that doesn't feature these cards. Otherwise, if you need a little bit more time, please feel free to pause. I'll give you a couple more seconds. Otherwise, we're going to move on to the first reading. Great, thank you. Right everyone, if you chose the first set of cards, this is your reading. Please remember, don't take it completely seriously. This is a reading for a lot of people rather than one person as an individual. Oops, sorry, I just knocked the camera there. Right then. So looking at these cards, overall I feel that possibly you do want somebody that's quite dominant, quite powerful. Firstly, I'm attracted to this card, which is the 9 of Pentacles. And this is someone that's taking charge of the relationship. He's completely over the top of her. She's in bliss. And he's cutting her hair and she's letting him. She's submitting to it. She doesn't have a problem with it. Whenever I see this card, and it reminds me of sort of Victorian lockets where a little bit of hair was cut out and put in a locket for someone for your loved one. You give it as a gift to your loved one and they carry it around with you. Or some sort of romantic night taking a handkerchief. I think you want someone that is quite dominant, who will claim ownership of you, you're mine, but also perhaps has quite a romantic underside to them. It can be strong or dominant, whatever gender that you're looking for. It doesn't matter if you're looking for a gentleman or a lady, it doesn't matter. You want them perhaps to dominate you. You know, not be cruel and violent and abusive, but just sort of take a bit of charge, claim ownership of you maybe. You know, she's got a heart of pentacle, it's 9 of Pentacles, it's quite a mature energy. I don't think that you want this in a childish way. You just want a mature love of ownership of each other. where there's nourishment of each other. There's a warm fire in the background. She's very happy. He's happy. And then I'm also drawn next to the Magician, which is just such a powerful card. This is someone that has complete mastery over their lives and themselves, over all their energy and all their abilities. So you want somebody that's skilled and talented, that can manifest everything that they desire, that possibly is the leader in the relationship. You might want to be the submissive person. There's nothing wrong with that. That's who you are as a person. Maybe you're much quieter, serene, a bit shyer, and you want somebody that's quite brave and get out there and go, and who will draw attention from you but also take you to exciting places, that you can go on their journey with them. You know, somebody who's really empowered, full of desire and drive and passion for you. You want someone to desire you. I mean that there as well. Then we've got the Eight of Chalices, Eight of Cups, which in this deck is sort of bashfulness, I think it's called, shyness. So I really do think that that's you, that you're the shyer person, and that you want somebody to come and pursue you, to take the lead in the love, to see the real you. If you're sort of not the person that doesn't put themselves forward, who is a bit of a wallflower and prefers to stay in and read a good book, watch a good movie, listen to some music, who's genuinely not a put yourself first person, you want somebody who's going to come along and say, oh, you're fabulous and I want you. See the Magician? A masterful person that will come in and sweep you off your feet. So I see the real you. I see underneath that sort of quiet front, that veneer, that you are a fabulous person and I'm going to help bring you out of your shell. The person who can bring out the real you. Now, for some of you, this is somebody you have already possibly been in a relationship with, that you already know. Six of Cups is about childhood nostalgia, and more generally I always take it as the card that represents the past. And Ten of Wands is overburdened, baggage, needing to share. So you definitely want someone to share the burdens of life with you, and to still have a light-hearted feel, to not feel in that burdens of being an adult in life. You can't help it, you accumulate baggage. You want them to still enjoy the good times. So despite how difficult it is trying to make payment on all your bills and the responsibilities of children, you want somebody that you can still have fun and to still feel light-hearted and in love with, which is a very lovely thing. That's something to aspire for us all to aspire to. But getting back, this is possibly somebody that you have known in your past that you have some sort of baggage with. So this might be an old relationship that you are considering going back to, or the relationship's never really been over, it's been a bit on and off again, and you still really need to either resolve it or just sort of sort out your issues and get back together. You know, maybe you were too passive in the relationship, and this dynamic person sort of thought, oh, she's not coming along on the journey with me. They didn't mind that you were shy. They liked that. They liked that you were shy and that you sort of let them take a bit of charge. But maybe you were too submissive. Maybe too submissive. And if this isn't about a past relationship, be warned on that. Don't be too submissive. Don't let them have all the power. You are their equal. It's all right to be different from them and to rather not lead a life in the limelight in some way. But it doesn't mean that they make all the decisions for you and for you both. You still have a voice in the relationship. And remember that. Because otherwise all this light-heartedness could change and develop into the relationship being a horrible burden. And you don't want that, because this is your ideal partner. This is your ideal partner. It could be a lifelong relationship if you do the right thing, which is to not let the relationship become unbalanced. So what are your romance messages? Let go of control issues, attraction, and calling in your soulmate. So for some of you, whether you believe in twin flames and soulmates or not, if you do, this person could be your soulmate. If you don't, this person, should you find them that sort of generally fits into that, can be your life partner, your Mr. or Mrs. Right, the person you spend the rest of your life with. But you've got to let go of control issues. Now that could be issues with being controlled, as shown by this card, the Nine of Pentacles. Maybe you like being controlled, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's good for you. So you might need to let go of the issues of you always being submissive, or that you constantly try and control the relationship. You need to let it go. You need to let things happen naturally. If this is a past relationship that did go wrong, you've got baggage for a reason. Whatever the issues were, let go of them. Don't try and control it. You want to really attract this person, the kind of person that you need to just enjoy life. She's smelling the roses, nice and peaceful. Just get on with your life and find enjoyment in what you do and go out and have fun. If you're out there having fun, smiley, confident, you're 1,000 times more attractive than when you're too scared to go out into a party and perhaps have a bit of a dance. Doesn't matter what you look like, just have fun. You only really live once, that's guaranteed. Whatever else happens after that, no one knows. But you've definitely only got this lifetime of being you. So enjoy it. Enjoy what you've got in your life. And visualise the kind of person that you want. Set your standards. Don't accept just anybody. Call in the kind of partner that you want. This person that's a bit dominant, but not overly so. They can see the real you. And finally, the Angel Oracle message. Take action. So, if this is an old love, we've had 2 cards here telling you to do something. Calling in your soulmate, take action. So for those of you that this is an ex-partner or someone you've just broken up from, try and contact them again. If only to resolve past issues, even if it's not a possibility that you will get back into a relationship with them. There's something possibly gone on in the past that you need to resolve and let go of, and you need to take action. Otherwise, take action in enjoying your life. Go out and have fun with your friends. Get out to see new places. If you always wanted to travel somewhere, book the holiday. Book the tickets. If you always wanted to go for that dream job, take action to make it reality. You know, get the qualifications you need. Get those extra certificates. Just start applying for it. Volunteer so that you get some sort of work experience in that field. Contact people. Take action. That's your reading. I really hope it resonated with you and helps you in some way. Please leave a comment in the box to let me know if it does or doesn't help you. I'd really like to know how it goes for you. And I really wish you the best of luck. Right, hello everybody that chose pile 2. Okay, now disclaimer, remember that this is a general reading for a lot of people. Take what resonates with you and discard what doesn't. And remember, this is the Tarot Sexual Magic deck. So. Okay. Right, well, straight off, they're pretty much all swords. 10 of Swords, Knight of Swords, King of Swords, Queen of Swords, and then the only other card that's a 9 of Wands. All swords. You do not want anyone that is in any way emotionally affectionate at all. There's nothing here about cuddling on the sofa, whispering sweet nothings to each other and giving each other emotional nourishment in any way, shape or form. So I have to say, for the people that have picked pile 2, are you sure you want a relationship at all? Have you come through something that's actually quite traumatic? Have you had a really bad breakup? Have you lost a loved one? Have you had some sort of deep emotional trauma in your past, even as far back as your childhood? You know, I'm just not sure, looking at this set of cards, that this is someone that's in a good enough place to have a good, balanced, healthy relationship. Now, if you're saying, no, none of that's true, I'm perfectly normal, I know I've had the most boring middle class, middle of the road upbringing, here's your reading. 10 of Swords, about recovery from pain. So you want someone that is going to get over any upset in life. You want an emotionally strong person. Yes, there will be traumas. Yes, there will be moments where life seems to be over and you can't see a way through it. But that they do get through it. They do recover from it. They have their pain. Can't avoid that. You need your healing process. But they get over it. Taming. This I always think of as the Taming of the Shrew card. Knight of Swords. I mean, this is an emotionless void of a man here. And she doesn't look as though she's necessarily enjoying it. They look like they're a bit, ooh, what's going on? But really, it's like somebody that, again, a bit like the first set of cards, a bit dominating. The description of this card talks about alternate, you know, give and take, chasing, dominating and taming. So maybe a case of you want somebody that will tame you, but also that you'll swap around and tame them. Again, there's not an emotional warmth in this. This is all about pure sex and domination. And maybe you want somebody, maybe you have sexual desires that are outside of general, what's perceived as normal sex. Maybe you like the more extreme fantasies and acts, which is fine. You do need to find somebody that matches your sexual desires. It's no good marrying someone that doesn't find enjoyment in the same things that you do. So there's nothing wrong with that. That's good to recognise that in yourself early on. But there's just to me, this is all about pure sex and dominating the other. I mean, he's got a big whip there. So again, no emotional connection. And the King of Swords always makes me feel really sad looking at this card. You've got the King. Oh, pardon me. The King here. He's got one bare foot out, touching the boob of this woman that looks like she's some sort of slave girl. Got his other boot on. He's got his big robe on. He's not even looking at this girl. There's just like passive. Oh, he's getting no enjoyment out of it. There's this poor woman here. Is that his wife? Is that Queen of Swords? Outside, watching what he's getting up to. There's no emotional connection here. You want somebody that you do not have an emotional connection to. There's no warmth. There's no affection. There's clear boundaries. I'm in here and I do this with her. You stay out there. You know, I feel this is you and that may be your potential partner, because not everybody's up for that. This may represent for you an open relationship. Taming and then open relationship. All about the mind, the intellect and cold, impersonal desires here with these three cards. And then we've got the Queen of Swords, which is just a blunt, sharp, no rubbish. She's not going to take any rubbish, straight down the line. She tells it as she sees it, and she does have deep clarity. You want somebody that is your intellectual equal, I think, here. Somebody that is a fighter and a strong person. I think you possibly are this, that you yourself are an incredibly strong person, whether you're male or female. You're incredibly strong, very clear-minded, very stubborn, and you want somebody who can break that down a bit, but is just like you. If you're not, if you're the most affectionate person around, you secretly want somebody that is cold and impersonal so that you can bring warmth to them. And I think that's shown by the Nine of Wands, which is sort of, I suppose the best way I can describe it in the context of this reading is it's somebody who's been battered and bruised but is yet to win the war. There's still a bit of energy, there's still a lot gone on, a lot of energy has been spent. So, but you're still willing to go for the fight. So I wonder if you've had a lot of failed relationships, or if this represents a relationship that's currently ongoing and you can't see any emotional connection to this person, but you're still perhaps sleeping together, you're still talking with each other, but the love and the passion and the nourishment has gone. It's just sort of a shell of a relationship, but you still want to fight for it. You've still got this one wand where you're like, no, I want this relationship to work. Or if there isn't a relationship, you feel that you can't find the right person, that you can't find somebody that you emotionally connect to. So what you're willing to do is settle. You're willing to settle for someone that if they cause you pain, you can recover from it. That you can tame and mould them to be the kind of person you want them to be in the relationship that you want them to be. And that you can sleep with them and have a relationship, but there's no real intimacy and there are clear boundaries, so that maybe you can sleep with other people or they can sleep with other people. And there's just no emotional investment. There's no falling in love with these cards, particularly not this one. And this one here, this is a woman that will fight a corner and can love you, but she's not necessarily a deep lover. She'll always put logic and reason first. And this person just looks like the run through the mill. So maybe you just want somebody that you feel that perhaps you're their last chance at a relationship, that, okay, they're desperate. But there is no desperation in that card. There's somebody who's battered and torn but still hopeful. So if they've had a bad relationship, they're still up for a proper relationship. So let me just quickly get a sip of water. What do the romance cards have to say for you? Retreat, express your love, deception. Right, I'm going to move those around. Yeah, someone is wearing a fake mask in this relationship, and I think it's you. I think you are saying, I want this cold, impersonal relationship, and it's not necessarily the truth. And it's telling you to retreat. Stop trying to find someone. Stop dating. Stop sleeping around if that's what you're doing. Stop it. Retreat. You may need to even travel away from where you are at the moment. Go away on a holiday. Just stop going out with the friends that you're going out with that enable this sort of situation, and go off and retreat and think about what you really want and who you really are. You need to express your love, and that's your love for yourself. Nobody who truly loves themselves and values themselves would want an emotionless relationship that might cause them pain but at least allows them to recover from it. Or to be with somebody this cold and impersonal. Why would you want to be with somebody that's not necessarily going to enjoy sex but just sees it as a function? Maybe cheats on you. You need to express your love and find it. You need to be that person that wants to be loved and to love in return. Retreat. You need to retreat and really think about what you're telling yourself and what you really want. Ask your angels. That could be literally angels if that's your thing, but I really perceive that as ask the people that you trust around you. Do you have a friend that's got a nice little place somewhere that you could go off and spend a week on your own without any obligations or expectations, and you can just go off and think and be yourself. Find out what this deception is. Could you ask close loved ones, am I actually looking for the wrong sort of person? I want this kind of relationship. Is this good for me? Angels could be, if you are religious, it could be your religious leader that has a lot of inner wisdom, that will tell you the truth, but in a gentle, nourishing, nurturing way that allows you to accept it and to change for the better. That could be something like your doctor or your therapist. And if you don't have one, to look for one. There is help out there, and this card is telling you to look for help, because in some way there's a deception. And this reading just genuinely tells me that quite a lot of you are not telling themselves the truth about what kind of relationship that they want. I really, really wish you all the best for everybody who chose this, and I really hope that actually I've got it completely wrong and that you're all lovely, vibrant people that want the true love and soulmate and to be loved and don't want this kind of situation. All the best. Alright, hello everybody who chose pile 3. This is your reading. I'll remind you that this is a general reading for a lot of people and not for you as an individual. So please just take what resonates with you and ignore that which doesn't. And if you want a personal reading, please email me in the email address that's in the description box below. And remember, this is the Tarot of Sexual Magic. Knight of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, the World, Eight of Swords, Six of Pentacles, and the Magician. That's the second Magician. We have had pile 1 had a Magician as well. That's interesting. Right, just give me a second. Okay, so Knight of Pentacles. He's offering her a green lemon. We all know that lemons are meant to be yellow. She's actually going to take it. So what I would say is that the ideal sort of person for you is somebody that is outside your normal type and doesn't necessarily look too promising, but should you accept, could ripen into something great like a yellow lemon. Give it a bit of time, because the Knight of Pentacles is all about slow moving, hard work. The Knight of Pentacles is not particularly exciting as a person, but by God he will work until the job's done. It just might just be a bit pedestrian and boring. So maybe you look for exciting rock star, movie star, sporting hero types that are dynamic and going places, but actually maybe you need somebody that's a bit steadier, somebody who's going to be your rock, who initially doesn't look particularly exciting, but actually when you see what they're offering, it could grow and develop and ripen into a lovely lemon. And also, this man looks quite handsome. He's got gorgeous red hair. He's got a lovely horse. You know, he looks strong and muscly. He's a bit more promising, and she's not really looking at him. She's just looking at the green lemon, thinking, well, what the hell am I going to do with the green lemon? You know, make you ill if you try to eat it. But he's really sincerely offering something. So consider someone that you wouldn't normally consider outside of your usual type that at first glance doesn't look too promising, but actually is a pretty safe bet. You need someone that fulfills you wholeheartedly. This is the World. This is sort of the end of the major arcana. It's completion, fulfillment. It's somebody that is a great sexual partner, a great emotional partner, a great living together partner, someone you can live with, who you can work with, who just fulfills you. There's just no issues. You just match each other, you know, you make each other happy and satisfied. just the whole 9 yards, the whole deal. You want somebody that you can meet, maybe have this slow burning thing going on, don't rush things, but then you get it all, that you get the rock solid relationship with that brings you true happiness. And then we've got the Eight of Swords, which is about being sexually intimate and growing and learning together. It's where you can connect body and soul, where you can sleep together physically but also love each other and communicate on a soulful, deep level. We've got sort of a Pan type figure here. He looks like he's got goat legs, whether he has or not. But that means there can be hedonism and fun and bacchanalian excitement, but on a deeper level it's just you two together learning about each other in a deep relationship and teaching each other things. You're free to be yourself and to grow and develop in this sort of Eight of Swords relationship. I can't remember what the key word is for this card, but it's about sharing and growing and seeing each other, not in a sort of instantaneously I understand you, but gradually over this long-term relationship, revealing each other's secrets and allowing each other to grow and change and develop because you're together. So you want a really complete, wholehearted, loving relationship that fulfills you, where you can be something to the other person and they can give something to you. It's just that perhaps the message, because it came straight off first, is don't be afraid to look at someone outside of your normal type, whatever that type may be, because this is a general reading. Now we've got Six of Pentacles, which is generally about economic balance, but also about a balance of investment. This lady here is richly adorned. She's got her scales here and she's offering to those less fortunate than themselves. So actually maybe the person that you want will in some way either be richer than you or poorer than you. But you really want somebody that is balanced economically. You want somebody that isn't too rich for you, isn't too poor for you. You want your economic equal, but also in what you give to the relationship. Pentacles are not only about money, actually they're about our material worth and the time we invest. Pentacles are about investing your time and your resources. Can I get the word out? Your resources and everything that you've got and investing it in something and then waiting for the reward. So you want somebody that's going to equally invest their love, their time and their efforts into the relationship just as you are. And it could be that maybe one of you's the wealthier one, but then the other one does stuff around the house. So that could represent a bit more of a traditional relationship, but I'm not sure about that. You definitely want somebody that will give into the relationship as much as you do so you both can get the same amount out. And you want a magician, which is somebody that can manifest everything that they desire. So if you do meet somebody that normally you wouldn't think of because they're poorer than you or richer than you, but particularly if they're not your economic equal, do not worry, because they can manifest all they desire. And if you need them to get a promotion and have a bit more extra cash to match what you put into the joint bank account, they will. If whatever they want to manifest, they're very skilled people. They know their own worth. They can do whatever they want. They're probably incredibly smart. So you really want somebody that's smart and capable of doing everything they desire. And that could be economically, in terms of your relationship and investments and the time. They can do it. If you want somebody who's going to commit to the relationship and everything it's worth, they will. So really this Knight of Pentacles is the right person for you, because they will work slow and steady. I mean, this is the perfect sort of husband. He will work slow and steady into the night to make sure there's enough food on the table, there's everything that you need, or to make sure the housework's done, he will do the boring, dirty jobs, and he can manifest all he desires. So if he needs to make sure his family gets a good wage into the household to be happy and safe, he will do it. You need a good provider. For whatever reason, you need someone that emotionally, economically, passionately and intellectually provides for you. You want your equal. We all want our equal. But you especially need somebody that is going to complete you on these levels. So your message is pay attention to the red flags, keep an open mind, and it is safe for you to love. I really, really do think that initial message I got from that Nine of Pentacles is reinforced here. Pay attention to the red flags, keep an open mind, it is safe for you to love. Look at someone that's not your normal type. Don't be frightened and think, oh, that's not the dynamic CEO that I've always wanted. Was it the Christian Grey? You're not him. You just work in a supermarket. Don't. Pay attention to the red flags, and that's the red flags of your expectations. Be realistic. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Maybe this is your message, that you are looking for love in all the wrong places, and to actually, there are elements maybe of yourself that you need to pay attention to. Maybe you're with the wrong sort of partner at the moment, and it's actually a bit of a toxic relationship. Pay attention to the red flags. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. You think you're being offered a green lemon, but actually, really, you've got a knight in disguise. Keep an open mind. Look at people that you wouldn't normally look at. You know, if you're with a dating agency or like Tinder or something or whatever, look at the type of people that you wouldn't normally look at, and you might find a hidden gem. And it is safe for you to love. I think you're ready for love. You're ready for this kind of relationship. And I think you're probably aware that maybe you're not looking at the right people. Because you open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Open yourself, be a loving person, be the better person. If you want this wholehearted fulfillment, you've got to offer your love as well as accept it. You've got to offer everything that you've got to share, not to give it all away, to share it. Six of Pentacles, it's called the charity card, but really it's the economic balance one. This lady is not giving the clothes off her back. Of course she's not, she needs them. What she's giving is what she can spare to give, and that's what you want. Someone that gives what they have to give, but keeps what they need, and you in turn can do the same. Give them what they need, but keep what you need. And then it is safe for you to love, because they're not going to exploit you in some way. And maybe that's happened in the past, that you've not had the best relationships and you've not been with the right people, and they've exploited your emotions in some way. They took advantage of you in others. But if you value yourself and perhaps choose a different type of partner, male or female, doesn't matter. If you choose them, pay attention to the red flags of what you're doing at the moment, who you're choosing at the moment, keep an open mind, it will be safe for you to love. The final message is abundance. You have everything that you need. You have everything that you need to meet the right person, to find the right person. You have everything you need to be happy in your own life. You have a good job probably, and if you don't, you can get one. You can make your own way in the world, and you have a good family and friends. And if you are struggling in that area, maybe that's the red flag. Pay attention to it, see how you can improve things. You can have the life you want, you can meet the right person if you look for them. So keep an open mind, and it is safe for you to love. I really wish you all the best. I hope this reading helped you and that it resonated with you. So please leave a comment for me to let me know how it works out. And I really wish you all the best. Take care and bye.